Well, Silent Hill 2 Remake. What in the world are you guys thinking with this game? $110 game, or what, 106 for the deluxe edition, to have it to be able to access the game 2 days early. This is ridiculous. Now I'm talking Canadian prices. I'm probably going to put them on screen. And 48 hours difference, a few extra things, nothing really of merit, a couple cosmetics. That's for a game that looks horribly, that doesn't look as good as the Resident Evil 2 remake was on the PS2. I know I said PS1 in my original video, but it is the PS2. How long ago are we talking here now? What is the PS1? 1990 something? It's ridiculous at this point to even think about that. We're talking about games, the PS1 or the PS2 games, and comparing it to today's standards, because today you would think the games would be absolutely phenomenal, and they're not. The games suffer from stuttering, they suffer from frame rate drops, they're suffering from many other different problems overall, and then just lack of design. And when people want to play a remake of the game, they want the remake of the game just with updated graphics and then play it over again. But they also don't want to pay $100 for a game that looks like it's terribly translated. It didn't really change the way the thing was. You're remaking it in a different system for whatever they made it in, if it's Unity or Unreal Engine or anything for the PlayStation and for Steam. And it just doesn't translate as well as it once did. There's a certain level with these games where they have a cult following, and that's what made these games popular, is the following behind them. And does this translate to an updated graphics of the game, where they're now saying that they're expanding on certain aspects of the game? Well, what are you expanding on? There wasn't too much to really expand in these games, especially when you have puzzles. Is it making the puzzle harder? Is it changing it? I just don't see why we're making these remakes are really adding that much more to the game, other than a new way of buying and literally shelling out another $100 for a game that is seen as a AAA title at this point, even though it never had the following of a AAA gaming atmosphere in the first place. It's not like a Street Fighter, it's not like a Tekken where everyone will buy the latest version of it. It's now Silent Hill 2. The game was okay, but it wasn't like anything to write home at. This If we go back to looking at how we talked about Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 did amazingly well for themselves. Baldur's Gate 3, when you do the numbers and the math, you look at it and go, did this really do the same type of numbers or the same percentages as the original? And it's not what you would think. When you start adding up all the money, and then all the money that was spent, all the money that was thrown into these games, and then it just falls, it doesn't do astronomical numbers. And that's the difference. And a lot of people seem to miss that point. How much are they spending on Silent Hill 2? What is this? Another $100 million game where it just is going to fall flat? They're making things nowhere near what they were for the original, and it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. It's going to have a different feel. And when you dive into these games, especially in a sequel, like look at Resident Evil 4 also. Resident Evil 4 remake never needed to happen. The original was already very well done. And the remake just adds more graphical stuff to it and then changes a few things. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. And right now, it's like buying Skyrim for the 10th time, right? The games become a timeless classic, and the remakes don't really do much more. When you're remaking these games and retelling the story and changing the story and changing the game for a modern audience, you know it's going to fall flat on its face. Those those words, everyone just sits there and rolls their eyes and go, "Oh God, we don't need another one of these. We don't need a modern take on the game. The original game was good the way it was, and we just want to see updated graphics." And then you add in the price point of the the regular being $90 Canadian, 106 for the deluxe. I just, when I saw that this morning, I was floored. And then they're offering a couple extra things with it and a 48-hour early access to it. I was like, no, no, this that is way too much for this game. This Silent Hill was never a top tier game, was never a $70 game back when it first came out for the PS2. It never really should have been. It was a very, very niche game, and I never saw it as the high end AAA title that they're trying to bulk the money for. This thing is going to go on sale, and then it goes on sale for half off at even $45. I wouldn't even pay that for this game. $45 for this game at half off. That's not even worth it. And also with the deluxe edition where you get your 48 hour no, $48 or 48 hours early access. So okay, we get past the early access, and then what do you get? A pyramid head cosmetic? Really? Really? I just I saw that all this morning, and I was taken back. I was like, this is definitely not the game or the price point I would be trying to sell this game at. It's absolutely ridiculous to even think about that. 110 $106 Canadian. I'm just flabbergasted by that. This is no Elden Ring. Elden Ring was is a phenomenal game, but the price point even has me taken back. I believe it was like $80 Canadian. It took me back, and that was donated to the channel. We've been playing it on the channel, absolutely enjoying the time. But I don't see this game being that price, being more expensive than Elden Ring. That no, that that's not even worth it at this point. It's supposed to be a remake of a game, a remake of a game that wasn't the perfect AAA title that's out there, and now they're trying to charge AAA prices for it. It's even if they put it on sale at, it's not even worth it. There's no way this is worth it. This game is maybe a $25 to $30 price point game, and they want $100 for it. Not gonna happen. Not worth it at all. How much more content did they add to this game? I believe Silent Hill 2, what was the runtime of that? I think you could finish it easily in 4 to 5 hours, much like Resident Evil, where you could get through the game fairly quick. Yeah, there's hidden features that you can unlock. There's hidden things like katana that you can unlock, but it wasn't. It definitely is not worth $100. Anyway, I'm your Pod Canadian Phoenix. I'm signing off here. Have yourselves a great day. I'm gonna go work my ass off today, and don't forget to like and subscribe.